one thing I'm often asked by people is Tony, how can we make a difference? We're just out here, we're listening to your program. We've got, we maybe a small church. Well, here's the answer. All right. Everyone can do something to make a difference. And we've made that pretty easy for you at the Family Research Council. And here to tell you how you can tap in to this resource is Tim Throckmorton. He's the National Director for Community Impact here at the Family Research Council. Tim, welcome back to Washington Watch.
Delighted to be with you, Tony.
So we actually have a training session coming up, and I want to get that out before we run out of time. Actually, next Tuesday night, national training. It'll be at 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern Time. You can find out more about that. That's coming up. We'll be talking about ballot harvesting, which is legal in some states. We'll be talking about election integrity, and then, of course, how you can set up a community impact team. So, Tim, let's talk about a meeting that was actually held last week in Mooresville, North Carolina. Small church wanting to make a difference. Community impact team made a difference. Talk about it.
Jan Wright and her great CIT team hosted an event called Eyes on Education, and they invited 5 panelists in, some from public school, homeschool groups, private and Christian school, charter school was represented there. And they talked about key educational issues, parental rights issues, school board issues, and had a great Q&A session with all that were in attendance. They really raised the level of awareness with a biblical worldview perspective and left a lasting impact.
This is just one way right there in your community you can make a difference. And we have about 8,000 of these community impact teams in churches all across the nation. How easy is it for someone in a church to start up one of these community impact teams that can impact education, their city council, right there where they live?
They can go to communityimpact.frc.org. Through that site, they can get a hold of me. I will walk them through how to get one started. We've got a great manual with all the bones. We can put the meat on the bones, if you will, to help them bring information, equipping, alerting, and mobilization to their congregations. And it's unique how God's using these CIT teams around the countries in different ways. They're not all the same. They're unique to their community and their state and their region. But as they pray and seek what God wants them to do, God opens the doors, and it's exciting to watch what's happening.
And so that's just a matter, these things are very pliable. And as you said, they can be adapted to that local community so that they are able to make a difference right where they are. And this is something that you can walk them through this. It's not very difficult. It's actually quite easy to do. So it's a turnkey operation through the community impact team. So talk a little bit about next Tuesday night's training session. What will be included in that and how people can find out more?
Well, we would love to have folks dial in and be a part of this live from wherever they are in America. If they're in Louisiana, they can join us there on site. And we'll talk through how they can start the team, how they can build the team. And it's very simple to do, as you said, Tony. We'll give them all the tools to do that. And when it comes to bringing information, we are a great source of trusted information for churches and pastors around the country. When it comes to equipping, we can help provide some tools to help them bring their church members and their congregation into a level of awareness about the issues. And then there's the alerting, letting them know about the issues. We'll talk to them about how they can get connected with us so they can get the alerts. And then we'll discuss how they can mobilize. And at the Community Impact Team site, we've got some great tools that will help them. There's tools to help folks register to vote, to do a voter registration drive within their church. There is, I think Brent mentioned this earlier, the party platform comparison, which is a great tool, along with the do's and don'ts, what churches can and cannot do. And so we'll give them all the tools to help get them started. I'll be available along the way to help them. But at the event next week, we're going to lay out the simple way that churches can make a lasting impact in their community, their congregation, in their state, and in America.
All right. Well, Tim Throckmorton, I look forward to seeing you in Baton Rouge, which will be the site of next week's event. Thanks so much for joining us.
See you then, sir.